quick question before this video starts. How many people out there like candy corn? Because I am one of those people that absolutely loves it, but I know most people hate it. So give this video a thumbs up if you like it, or comment down below if you hate it, because I want to know. There's a big debate going on. Candy corn yes, candy corn no. I'm candy corn yes. Hey guys, it's Danny, and today I am going to be doing a Nanowrimo related video, as you can tell by the title. So I think there's about 7 days? 6 or 7 days until Nanowrimo starts. How many days are there left in the month? There are 6 days left in the month, so technically 7 days until Nanowrimo. Good math. And just last night, I kind of impromptu decided to participate in Nanowrimo this year. Last year, I remember I was working on a YA dystopian that I got like 20 days into Nanowrimo, and I was so behind in my word count that I just gave up because it was not happening. And then in April, I participated in Camp Nanowrimo and actually completed my goal that I set for myself, which was getting to 20 or 25,000 words. And now that story is not finished yet, but it has hit 50,000 words, so I am very proud of that one. This year, however, I have decided to do a completely new story for Nanowrimo. It's one that I got like 2 weeks ago, and it's not completely fleshed out, but I have enough of a general idea of how I want it to go that I can use it. So now this last little week is going to be me scrambling to try and flesh it out as best as I can before the actual Nanowrimo happens. So we'll see how that goes. I figured today, instead of doing like a survival kit, because really I don't have a survival kit, or like how I'm preparing for Nanowrimo, I'm really just kind of flying off the seat of my pants here. I decided that I'm going to do the new Nanowrimo tag that Christina Horner has created for us to do this year. So there are 9 questions to this tag, all related to Nanowrimo, past, present, and how you feel about Nanowrimo, how you feel about writing and stuff. So I'm going to be doing those and stop rambling. So question number 1 is, how many times have you participated in Nanowrimo? I have participated technically twice now, I think. I think the first time counted because I got halfway through the month and then quit. And the second time I participated was just in the past April with Camp Nanowrimo. So I guess that counts as 2. And so this is technically my 3rd time participating. Question number 2 is, how did you find out about Nanowrimo? It's a very good question that I really don't know the answer to. I think it might have been grade 7 or 8, which was a long time ago, like over 5 years ago now. And one of my friends was participating in it. I think it had to do, like, their class was doing it as their English projects. They were doing Camp Nano, or not Camp Nano, but just normal Nano as a class project. And each of them had to write a 50,000 word novel. And I don't understand how any teacher would be able to grade that, but I'm guessing that's probably the first time I had ever heard of it, but I had never really known what it was or participated in it. And then in the past couple of years, I saw Kat from Catty-tastic do it, and I saw Little Book Owl do it, and Christina Horner. They had mentioned it, and then I had realized, okay, I'm a writer, but I've never participated in Nanowrimo. This feels bad. I need to participate. So it was last year that I decided to try and epically failed. But yeah, I think that's the story. Don't hold me to that though. I probably could have heard it like somewhere on the street and then like just not known about it until last year when I saw all the booktubers doing it. Candy corn, candy corn. Forgive me. I love it. I've gone through like, this is my 3rd tub of candy corn in the past 2 weeks. Don't judge me. Question number 3 is, what is the name of the first novel you ever attempted to write during Nanowrimo? The first novel I ever attempted for Nanowrimo did not have a name. But it was a YA dystopian. The second novel had a name, so I'm going to tell you the novel that I was working on in April. If you guys remember my Camp Nano vlogs, I think I did a couple, maybe 1 or 2 of them, and I mentioned my book that I was working on then, and I actually showed the cover and what it was about and things like kind of what it was about. And that one was Paper Planes and Where We Land. I'm one of those suckers for like a really long name for some reason, like a really catchy but long name, or if it's like song lyrics, like a lot of fan fiction has song lyrics and they're the ones that kind of like, ooh, that one sounds interesting, I'm gonna read that one. It relates to the story the name does relate to the story. It's not just a random one that I threw out there because, yeah, that matches or whatever. It relates. There's a lot of stuff in the story that relates to it. I still really love the cover that I did. Insert picture here. And I love the name, and I actually love how that story is turning out. I'm still working on it. It's not finished, but I'm working on it, and it's going really well. Question number 4 is give us a 1-sentence summary of one of your novels. I personally have decided to bring it up on my iPad, and it's in Pages, and I'm going to be reading the first 2 sentences because they go together, and they probably could have been made into 1 sentence, but I just wanted to make it 2, so they're going to be read together, and it's from Paper Planes and Where We Land. So, the first 2 sentences are, the weather was always a bitch in Sunnybrook. Contrary to the name, it rained more often than not. Question number 5 is what is the best writing advice you've ever been given? And I think one of the best things I could have ever been told as advice for writing is from, I think she was grade 7, my grade 7 teacher, but she was also my grade 3 teacher, and then she changed grade teaching skills, so then she ended up being my grade 7 teacher. But regardless of that, she had told me when we were doing the creative writing unit for English that I should write as if I'm the one that's going to be reading the book, and write the things that I like to read about and like what I would want to read in a book, because more often than not you're gonna find people out there who like to read the same things as you, and if you're writing for yourself you're going to like your book a lot more than if you were just writing to make somebody else happy. The main point she was telling me was to write to make me happy and like make me love my own book. And I think that really helped me because when I was younger and I started writing, I was always writing the things that I thought other people would want to read and not really what I wanted to read. Like maybe I didn't like my book as much as I should have. So when she told me that, I kind of put everything into, like I did it before, like putting everything into my book, but I think it makes it more special now that I put in my book the kind of things that I like to read when it comes to contemporaries or when it comes to YA dystopians and things like that. I write the book for me basically, and then if other people want to read it, then hey, by all means read it. So take from that what you will, but I think that's probably the best piece of advice I've ever gotten writing wise. Question number 6 is, did you ever take a year off of Nano? And if you did, why? Well, let's just say that I've known about it since grade whatever, but I didn't do it until last year, and then last year I got halfway through it and then I quit. So technically I took half of last year off, and that was just because I gave up on the story that I was writing, and maybe I'll go back to it someday and either finish it or like rewrite it completely. But last year was not a good experience for Nano for me because I just was not caught up as well as I should have been. This year, however, I did really well in Camp Nano, I think, in my opinion. And I'm very scared to do Nano this year because you can't change the 50,000 word goal. But even if I made it to like 25,000, I think I'd still be happy with that. But yeah, the first bunch of years that I didn't do Nano was because I didn't really know what it was about or how to do Nano. Question number 7 is, what is your biggest inspiration when figuring out what to write? Well, if we're relating back to the advice that I had been given from my teacher, I write for me and I write what I like reading in stories. So there's a lot of cutesy moments and a lot of fluff, and there's hardly ever fighting. But sometimes with YA dystopians you kind of have to add in all that stuff. So I mean, I just take from what I know I like reading and put that into my stories. But if I'm like stuck on a scene or whatever, I will go to Tumblr. I will go to Pinterest, which is kind of a new feature for me. I don't use Pinterest very often. I also go listen to music and try and take like the meanings of songs and incorporate them into my books. I guess reading other books kind of gives me the inspiration to write my own book and like make it how I want to read it. And maybe if there was a book that I had read that I wanted to make changes to, I could use that to somehow improve my book. Question number 8 is actually supposed to be the read the first line of a novel you had written, but I did that for number 4 by accident. Number 4, technically number 8, is give us a 1-sentence summary of the book you are writing this year for Nano. I don't really know how to explain it other than I got the idea from a dream that I had, and it was related to Doctor Who, but not. I have the little plotting thing that I did right here, and I literally entitled it Doctor Who Inspired Fic, but it's at the same time it's not. It just kind of relates to, you know how the Doctor regenerates? It kind of relates to that, but it's not because it's a YA dystopian, and this is probably not making any sense. But it's like the Doctor regenerates, and it's in a society where their ages are separated by 3 different groups. You have the children, who is like aged 0 to 13, and then you have young adults who are 13 to 18, and then you have adults, which is 18 to whatever age I decide to kill them off. But instead of actually doing it like when they're dying, the transitions or regenerations are medically induced by the government to control the ages of all the people. It keeps them all monitored and in control. And contrary to most dystopian YA whatevers, we actually have a male main character instead of a female main character, because I've always wanted to write from a guy's perspective, but I've never been able to. Because I write better from a girl's perspective because I'm a girl, but I want to try writing from a guy's perspective. And I don't know his name yet. Because I'm debating between 2 names. So if you guys want to comment down below, I'll keep the poll going. And there's a link in the doobly-doo to my Twitter with the tweet that I had of having people help me do the decision of choosing a name. So the 2 names that I am kind of debating between, unless you guys want to add some more ideas down below, we're trying to match up his name with the main girl's name, and it was so easy to decide her name, and I didn't know where it came from, but it just happened. So the main girl of the story, who doesn't come in until like a while later, is named Gemma, because then he can call her Gem, and I love that. So her name is Gemma, so we're trying to find a name that matches her name. Like if we made a ship name, it would be Gemma and something combined together. So the 2 names that for some reason have really stuck out to me when I was looking for names are Cullen or Rory. I guess you could say I got that from Doctor Who, but I actually know like 3 different Rorys in real life as well, so I get that. It's between those 2, but if there's any other names that go with Gemma that you think I should use, comment them down below, and if somebody's commented a name down below that you guys agree with, either make a response to their comment or like their comment so I can have an idea of which names you guys think. Go vote on the poll if you can. I know that by the time this video is up, the poll might be over, in which case I will do a second Twitter poll, or we can just go with whatever in the comments. So we are now at the final question, which is question 9, and it is, why do you love writing? This is kind of like the hardest question anyone ever asks. It's almost like asking, why do you like breathing? Because it's just a natural thing that comes to some people.
Or most every people that's alive, good health class, Danny.
But like I was saying, it's just a natural thing that comes to me. It always has been. I've always been the kind of like kid that was telling stories or making up these imaginary role-playing games in my head. Instead of playing House, we were playing like some sort of version of Dungeons and Dragons and princesses and things like that. My last Nano vlog, I actually read out parts of my very first ever finished story that I wrote when I was 9. That was a doozy, let me tell you. But it's on the internet for everyone to hear, to read, to see. And since then I've got a lot better. I am actually like really comfortable with the way I write. And sometimes it's not really liked by everyone, because if you've ever read fan fiction, sometimes in those fan fictions people will add in run-on sentences because something exciting or stressful or tense is happening or angsty is happening, and they don't want to stop the sentence and like cut off that feeling, so they tend to do run-on sentences. And sometimes my phrasing is not the best because fan fiction, oops. But I like the way I write because I like reading that way. So I guess it's to each their own if you like appreciate the style of fan fiction writing compared to like classical literature writing. But yeah, it's always been there. Like me loving writing, it's always just been a thing. I don't know. I don't have an answer to this question. It's just a lot of rambles. I just love writing. It's always hard to explain why you love something. It's just because you do. That's all I got. So that is it for the tag, but I was wondering if you guys wanted some Nanowrimo vlogs within like the weeks of November while I'm doing Nanowrimo, because I can do those, Or I can do a whole collective video of like clips from every day, like what Christina does on her channel every year for Nanowrimo. And I kind of tried to do that last year, and because I didn't finish Nanowrimo, I quit doing the vlogs as well and never put that up and just deleted all the footage that I had. But if you guys want me to do a video like that, I will. If you also want me to either do vlogs or just that vlog video thing, let me know, because I can do like vlogs from every week or whatever, but I don't know what I would do those on. So if you have some suggestions for those, let me know. So that is also it for this video, you guys. I guess this was just kind of my announcement that I'm doing Nanowrimo again this year. So let's hope it goes well. I will be filming a book related video on Wednesday, and I will see you guys in that video. Bye! Thank you for watching my video. Hope that you really enjoyed the show. Hit the subscribe button down below and go and read some books.